Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive717 back with another reading for you guys, hanging with mega good vibes as usual. Guys, thank you so much for all of the love in the comments. I really do appreciate them, and I give her all the loving for you guys, okay? All the loving. And we can't get enough of the beaver emoji. I think there was someone who called her Beeves. Are there like 3 beavers for the Beeves? And someone posted an emoji of a beaver with a can of tomato sauce. So, I love you guys, and I know that she's so appreciative of you guys as well. So thank you. Thank you for all of your support. Hi, you want to give me kisses? Mwah. Or you want a kiss? You want a kiss? Yeah. Mwah. My pretty girl. Hi. She's so cute, guys. Like, just the way she'll come and, kind of cuddle on me. Hi. Hey, yo, mommy. Are you okay? Oh, you're so sweet, honey. You giving me a bath? I don't need a bath. Thank you, though. Mwah. All right, guys. So what I want to do is a reading on the masculine. It's going to be an intuitive energy reading because I'm not just going to get into the cards. I'm going to give you guys the channeled message and the energy that I've been picking up on, and then we'll get into a few decks and delve deeper into the energy and see how the cards reflect it. So a message I've been picking up on is for those of you who have experience separation from your counterpart or that in and out energy. I'm feeling the masculines cooling off. Okay, so I don't know if that's going to resonate for some of you as to what that energy feels like, but they're cooling off. They don't want the separation is what I'm hearing. It's like they've healed from whatever trigger they experienced, and again, I'm getting this like cooling off sensation, okay? The sun coming out again, grass that was once dry, all of a sudden turning luscious green, that kind of feeling, okay? And I feel for many of you, you're going to be getting communication, but let's just see what that energy looks like within your divine masculine, okay? So I'm going to use the Romance Angel Oracle deck, and I'm going to, I'll definitely call out the names of the decks because I notice some of you in the comments, sometimes you might ask, what deck am I using? So I'll try as much as I can to get into the habit of doing that. And of course, those of you in the comment section, if you guys know, if you could help anybody else out that's asking, that would be nice. But yeah, let's find out what's in the masculine's heart space. I know someone else mentioned in the comments, because I noticed Mega in the corner of my eye cleaning herself, and someone had said that they observed Mega cleaning herself off in the last few readings, and whether or not it could be like a symbol of many of the masculines kind of doing this cleanup, and I do feel that energy actually with this cooling off feeling. What I'm hearing is many of your masculines are healing from the triggers a lot faster, okay? And that's how you know that things are maybe shifting between you both, okay? Let's find out how they're feeling in their heart space right now for you, Divine Feminine. Okay, so separation, I told you guys, they don't want it, they don't like it. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon, and I really do feel like it's coming to an end for me. Like, it's the biggest confirmation of the energy that I'm picking up on, okay? What else are the masculines feeling in the heart space? Why is the separation ending? Okay, so we have forgiving and learning, and I know that's this card has come up for many of you who were like, yeah, you know what, like I should probably forgive myself for either being so naive, or like many of you are feeling like some forgiveness is in order. And forgiveness doesn't mean that you're going back or you're chasing. It just means that you're able to release the feelings, so that way you're not harboring resentment. Because the thing is that when you're harboring resentment, there's a part of you that still loves and wants your twin flame, but you can't attract it if you're harboring two energies, which is like, I want them, but like, oh gosh, when I think about them sometimes, it's like I still get hung up on like, the betrayal, or like you just feel like disgusted with yourself for even like letting them hurt you, or like just walk off and ghost you and go back to a karmic situation, or that energy of like, oh gosh, I can't believe, like, why me, God, like, why me on this twin flame journey, like, why this person, like, I feel and hear many of you getting frustrated in that sense, getting frustrated with this whole separation. But there's been a lot of forgiving and learning, okay? Many of your masculines also, and you as well, Divine Feminine. I feel like there's this realization about third-party situations as well, ending off. And this is ending in the form of like either your masculine is walking away from third-party situations, or it could be the third party walking away because this Divine Feminine just keeps resurfacing and this masculine can't help but be drawn to this feminine, or vice versa. This masculine's always resurfacing in this feminine's life, whether they have this karmic with them or not. Or it could be you, Divine Feminine, you personally removing yourself from this karmic situation because, you need to just let yourself breathe a little bit, forgive and move forward and let go and see what happens. But yeah, many of you are in this place, and I feel like a lot of your masculines are going through it, which is why the separation is ending. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So it's like they want the love again. They want to flirt with you, Divine Feminine. They want to send you those messages. I feel like a lot of your masculines, when they bond with you, they miss you when you're gone. Or if they get triggered and they ghost, they regret it literally hours later after they do it, So that's why this cooling down energy is what I'm picking up on. But, they're ready to release that now, and they're ready to get those text messages again with the flirt card coming through, okay? Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Many masculines want to come forward, That pride is just, there a little bit, but in the background, I feel like they are forgiving and learning. And, for many of the feminines, as long as you stay in an energy of integrity, like if your person ghosts and you don't chase, it's like, not feeling the need to do that or feeling guilty, like, oh my God, should I go after them? Like, what should I, as long as you maintain a space in your mind and in your heart and soul of, I'm hearing the word tranquility. I literally just can see the word in my mind. As long as you can remain in a state of tranquility when the triggering happens, and you don't make it about you, and you allow your person to heal. Like if you're not triggered and you're the one who gets ghosted and you're like, damn, was it something I said? Don't beat yourself up about it. Just allow it. Just allow the feelings to unfold. Don't take any action. Don't go writing them a million paragraphs or trying to find alternate ways to get a hold of them. Just let it happen. Let them experience it. And I feel like this is how they also can work through it without needing someone to, unload on. Many times when you go chasing them with those paragraphs and stuff, it's like, oh, okay, it must be you. And then they never learn from that trigger, right? It's like they get triggered, and then there's space and that distance to allow them to unpack. And then while they're unpacking, they're like, oh my God, like, it really wasn't her that triggered me. It was the situation that actually happened a really long time ago, and hearing my Divine Feminine say what she said reminded me of that situation, but it's like, you gotta let them work through that. Otherwise they're going to pinpoint you as the target of triggering them every time, when really it's not you. They just need to work on their healing, as many of us do. It's not just the masculines. In fact, the feminines working on healing by not feeling the need to rush to reach out and things like that, right? It's like healing that empathic urge in you to want to go fix your masculines. They can do it, because everybody has narcissistic tendencies, just as everybody has empathic abilities as well. Okay, I'm gonna get some cards on the masculine's energy. Okay. Because they're wanting to flirt and they're just wanting to come forward. What's been going on in their life in the background? What do they wish to reveal to you in this reading? Okay, so we have the Two of Swords here, and I feel like they've made a decision to end the separation, and that's what they want you to know. And it was a clear decision for them as well, because I feel like they can't resist the urge to be near you. It's like when you guys separate, they feel you even more. Or when you guys separate, the universe is like, no, 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 no. You're not going to distance yourself. And then they will trigger dreams of the divine feminine, seeing her everywhere. It's a clear indication to many of the masculines that, there's no running from this soul. And even if they do, they find ways to do it. Eventually it's like water seeping into like rocks. It'll find some way to get through some like crevice or crease, within the rocks. It's like the rocks trying to hold the water back. But there's like little cracks in the foundation, and it's almost impossible. And the water ends up coming and seeping through. Like, that's the image that I'm getting when a lot of your masculines try to block off the journey or run from it, use the silent treatment, distance themselves, go MIA, try to disappear. It's like the energy of the twin flame journey itself ends up, sleeping through the cracks. Okay. And it puts them in this place of constantly having to make a decision. Many of your masculines are learning to be decisive and assertive as well. King of Swords is what I'm hearing. And it's funny too, because I've been staring at this card. My son was playing with playing cards, because we play this simple game where we put the deck down and we we'll pull a card each, and whoever has the higher card gets to keep all, and whoever collects the most cards wins. But anyways, he ended up dropping this, and he left it on the table there, and I was like, King of Swords. And I feel like maybe that could be a message, or let me not put the card over there. Let me keep it here where you guys can see it. But it could be a message here. It just reminds me of it with the Two of Swords card coming through. It's like many of them have to be decisive. It's like, I feel like they're in this place of like, oh gosh, like I can't block, like, like that shit's so like, 2021. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like, I can't just like disappear and ghost this beautiful empress, this mature woman, Maybe they got away with that behavior in the past, divine feminine, because you were maybe still healing, you weren't in that empress state yet. You were just very weak to your masculine. You were, you yourself weren't that decisive or assertive just yet, because you hadn't met the Queen of Swords on your journey. So I feel like because many of you, in order to get to the empress, you have to walk through the journey of all of the queens. And I feel like, right when you master that, are you able to understand your masculine's journey now? And I feel like where many of your masculines are, it's, trying to be in this mature energy. It's like, this is what they're after, because the Knight of Swords is about action, and blocking you is taking an action. It's changing the course, right? It's creating blocks. It is, it's delaying the journey. So I feel like that's what a lot of them are, why a lot of them are cooling down, because they're like, wait a second, I can't be so impulsive. I have to be decisive here. I have to make a choice. I have to go in a certain direction and continue to walk that path and not look back. Okay, and I feel like these are the things that they're saying to themselves when they're saying, like, do you want this or not? Like, do you want her or not? Okay, what else are the masculines going through in this King of Swords energy? Oh, some fell on the floor. You know what? That's too many. So actually, I'll take the one single one. That fell on the floor here. And we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I feel like this card is indicating that this is a King of Swords that has a lot of options around them, and it could be part of the reason that you two went through separation as well. A lot of the times when people have a lot of options, or there's a lot going on in their life, and karmic situations aren't always like a bunch of women in your masculine's life or a bunch of men in your feminine's life. It literally could just be them, juggling all sorts of things like work and family and anything else but the connection and the divine feminine, and running away from that part of their journey. There's a lot that goes on with distracting them, and maybe that's why the Two of Swords is coming up, and the King of Swords is leading this reading here as like the strong energy, because it's an emotional decision that they're going to have to make here, when it comes to matters of the heart, with the Cups energy coming through. what I'm seeing too is like, there's a lot of masculines who, they live their life for other people. Okay. And part of them forgiving and not wanting this separation is when they're near you, Divine Feminine, all of these things that they have to juggle in their life, like it becomes clear, like what choices they need to make, which cups they can keep and which cups need to go. Okay, because maybe within these cups, there's not always, it's not always filled with pleasant things. One is filled with a snake, another one's filled with a head, another one's filled with, a person with a sheet over their head. Another one looks like it's filled with a lot of jewels and gems. Another one with a castle. I see a dragon. There's a lot of possibilities here. And this could be too why a lot of your masculines can have this lesson coming up for them right now, because the one thing that I feel like this connection is teaching them, or this relationship between you two, this romance, like the purpose of meeting you, all of these lessons come up. It's like if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be standing around right now questioning themselves. You may also live your life in a way, Divine Feminine, where your life is very organized, okay? And what I'm hearing is like, since your transformation, or since your masculine has been observing you, they've watched you go from, I'm hearing letting life live you to you living life. I don't know why it's coming out that way, but, maybe in the past, Divine Feminine, you might have been living the same way as your masculine, allowing a lot of people to make decisions for you. A lot of people had, a lot of power over you as well. I'm seeing a Divine Feminine who heavily, relied upon other people, and maybe independence was a big theme on your journey. Okay. So your masculine's going to mirror this in some type of way, where just by observing you or watching you, they want to structure or organize their life in the same way as you. Like I'm hearing, like, be completely independent, and on top of that, it's like having this like King of Swords energy about it, right? It's like you don't have to explain yourself to anybody, or you don't have to apologize. You can just make moves, and this is why I feel like in the past readings I've talked about, money and pentacles being very important to your masculines right now, which is why a lot of them may be very silent. I feel like the Divine Feminine has been attracting abundance effortlessly through like creating. Like many of you are reaping rewards for helping, like for freely using your gifts to help others. This could be at your workplace. This could be just the things you do when no one's looking, right? Many of you are in professions where you're genuinely helping society to thrive just by being who you are and allowing others to interact with you in like a harmonious and positive way. I'm seeing that, there's a lot of you out there who don't know that you're living in your purpose just by the person that you are. And the kindness that you display to other people. Like even in the comment section, like when I read some of your comments sometimes, I'm like, these are definitely my people, because, like the energy that you guys bring in the comments, it's so like loving. Like you can tell that you guys are just really in tune with knowing and understanding that like as you sow, so you shall reap, so that's why many of you embody, just such like purity. I can read so many comments to you guys from so many of the videos that I've done, and just your expression of gratitude, and it's like the way you guys are learning on this journey, and how you express forgiveness, and how important your self-worth is to you. Those are just really beautiful, important qualities to have. And I feel like many of you don't see it as a big deal. You're just like, well, it's intuitive. It's just like the way I am. But the universe sees you. God sees you. God sees the way that you treat yourself, and it shows in the way that you treat other people. And many of you don't have to do half the things that you do, but you do it out of just wanting the world to be a good place. And so that's why many of you are reaping a lot of rewards and abundance from the universe. The universe wants to keep taking care of you because you keep taking care of humanity. Now, many of your masculines are observing this about you, okay? And in their masculine state of mind, I feel like a lot of them are like seeing your abundance, but they're seeing like the pentacle side of it, the money side of it, where, they're just absolutely fascinated by it. And so for them now, it's mirroring back to them because they want to be in this very King of Swords decisive energy so they can go towards what it is they want, which is an ending to the separation from the feminine, because they're genuinely experiencing some really great life soul lessons with you, okay? Especially when it comes to forgiving and learning, okay? And they want to be near you and flirt, because in order for them to really carry out what they want to do, it has something to do with you. It has something to do with being near you. There's like a buzz or a spark or a vibe, and it makes them feel alive. I feel like a lot of your masculines, when they're not near you, their root chakra, it slows down, and it makes them feel dull, and it makes them feel bored. And when they feel bored and dull and disorganized, they turn to vices, like drugs and anything to like numb and anything to give you that dopamine hit. So it's very easy for them to fall under the influence of, again, drugs, alcohol, sex, porn, things like that. But a lot of your masculines are learning now to really like protect their energy, because the boredom comes from not being able to use like their spirit, their energy, their brain, being able to use the energy to help themselves create and to make those pentacles from an honest place, okay? And a lot of them now are realizing that, like, in order for me to make my own decisions and to move through life in the way that I want, they have to have like their own money. And the reason being is because a lot of your masculines who feel stuck, it's because they have to like answer to people in a certain way. But if they could just pick up and leave and have their own spot and their own space, I feel like they would do that, but many of them are now kind of breaking it down and realizing that it's like, wait a second, if I want this complete freedom, like the rewards of this whole twin flame journey, I'm really going to have to start focusing in on my pentacles, because I want my freedom. I want my freedom to be able to make my own decisions here, because what I'm getting is like they see you calling the shots in your own life, and they find it attractive and magnetic, and maybe they're going to stay away from you for now while they get into that place, or at least start heading in that direction. But just know, like, just because they're quiet or staying away doesn't mean that they're not heavily wanting to come towards you. It just means that they're wanting to come towards you in the right way. That's why you're maybe still feeling them really heavily, because in the spiritual world, they're trying to make you understand this. But in the outside, it might just be like dead silence, they're MIA. So yeah, maybe get some like fresh air, guys. Get out in nature so that she can help you cleanse and clear your mind. And what I would recommend doing is, like, if you resonate with this reading or you want to know if it's genuine from your counterpart, get out in nature and clear your energy and your mind a little bit. Like, and I'm talking about like drive out of the city where the air itself is a little bit more clean. Go near a body of water, things like that. And if you can, like, be by yourself and take a short walk. And believe me, if you ask the universe and you tell your twin flames higher self, like, hey, listen, like, you down with this shit, bro? Like, we good? They'll communicate with you, okay? And it's going to be through music. It's going to be through signs. It's going to be through synchronicity. So that way you guys don't have to worry on the journey. Like, if they're silent, if they're MIA, like, let him on do he ting naman. Or let him on do she ting, So trust the journey, because if you guys aren't communicating in the physical, there will definitely be that telepathic communication that's going on that helps you guys stay grounded. Okay, so that's what should be happening when you guys are in separation. It's okay if separation happens, because you both mutually know that it's like, okay, like, I've triggered you or you've triggered me, we need space, but that we're good on that telepathic communication, because when it comes time, I'll start opening up again, and you'll see those signs. And that's how we all know we're on this twin flame journey, because many of us can genuinely see those signs that are in plain sight from our twin. Okay, guys, so that's what I have for you for today's reading. Our little love bug here is just all curled up. Our little beeves. Beavy? You're all curled up and you look so adorable. Her eyes are like closing, but she's like, oh, please don't make me get up. All right, guys, we love you so much. You guys take it easy. And yeah, we'll catch you in tonight's reading. Yeah, we'll dig into some sensual energies tonight, maybe. All right, guys. Anyways, bye. Love you guys.